In chapter number 21, Malala is talking about what happened after their school bus was fired. She remembered Usman Bai Jan drove to the central hospital in Swat while girls were screaming and crying, and she was bleeding from her head and left ear. When her father knew about the attack, he went to the hospital with two friends, Ahmad Shah and Riaz, who had a car, and when he saw many people and photographers, he knew she was there. Malala was lying on trolley with a bandage over her head, her eyes closed. She felt he was there even though her eyes were closed. Her father always believed that if the Taliban came for anyone, it would be for him, not for Malala. The doctors told him they had done a CT scan, showed that the bullet had not gone near her brain. Two other Kushal girls were shot, Shazia and Kainat. They transported Malala and her father to Peshawar in a helicopter. Her mother was watching from the roof of their house. One Malala's father's friends phoned her to tell her I was being taken to Peshawar by helicopter and she should come by road. After a while, the doctor told her father she had started to deteriorate. Her consciousness was fading and she had again been vomiting blood. Now, in chapter number 22, at the beginning, Malala remembers the day she was shot and how his father thought she would die few days later. So he started preparing for her funeral. She was in an induced coma and her vital signs were deteriorating. Her parents were devastated because she was only 15 years old. Her mother was praying, reciting the Surah of the Hajj, the chapter of the Quran, and about pilgrimage over and over again. She felt Malala would live, but she could not see how. The doctor suggested to appeal to God and that he would answer their prayers. The hospital staff didn't make changes Dr. Fiona had recommended, and Malala's condition had deteriorated and infected had set in. Dr. Fiona arrived again to Peshawar and told her father Malala's father was to be airlifted to an army hospital in Rawalpindi, which had the best intensive care. As soon as he landed in Rawalpindi, Dr. Fiona and her team spent the next 3 hours with Malala to stabilize her. The hospital had been put on a complete lockdown.